Hey everybody, Chad Schimmel here at Turner's Warehouse, and today I want to talk about should you make slimlines to have at your craft shows, your art shows, your fairs, and different things, and what I think and why. Now the answer to that is very simply yes, and here's why. A lot of times when people start turning pens, boy say that 5 times fast, pen turning. A lot of times when people start turning pens, they start with slimlines, and the simple reason is they're cheap. You can get slimlines for a couple bucks to $5-6. But just because they're cheap doesn't mean you should stop making them, which is what happens. People make them in the beginning, they practice, and then they move on, and they kind of think of slimlines as, junk that I started with, and I don't do that anymore. But the truth is, slimlines can be a great part of your craft show setup. And if you don't do craft shows, they make great gifts, and they fill a lot of needs. So that's why I always have them. So slimlines tend to be a cheaper kit, which is great. Just because a kit costs a lot doesn't mean it's good, and just because a kit is cheaper doesn't mean it's bad inherently. Now at Turner's Warehouse, we have a lot of slimlines, and we do things to make sure they're good quality. Like we have upgraded mechanisms in ours. They're a Taiwan mechanism. A lot of complaints are that when people write, they would untwist on them. So you're gonna notice that the mechanisms we use are a little better for that. That's a great thing. Another thing you're gonna wanna do if you're gonna sell or give away slimlines is make good blanks. So either pick really good wood, or like in this case, I made a blank out of a vintage stock certificate. I like to do all kinds of different blanks. This one is steampunk. And then of course, different resins. And you can see this is a really cool all blue kit. So you have a lot of options. Now, one other thing I always do with slimlines, and with any pen actually, is make sure I have good ink. So sometimes they come with good ink. A lot of kits we make, we try to put Schmidt in. But if you are getting a kit with a generic ink or a lesser quality ink, upgrade the ink. That makes it a lot better. So you can take a $2, $3, $4 kit and make it a $40, $50, $60 pen, no problem. And personally, I love selling these. $40 to $50 is a sweet spot for slimlines. Usually my steampunks are about that. My stocks are about that. I might do a wood or an acrylic for $35 to $45. And for something that somebody gets a lot of use out of, because it has good ink and it feels good in their hand, that's a really good deal. I always include a gift box or a pouch, so it's a really nice package. And the fact of the matter is, some people need a slim pen just for the way they like to hold a pen or write. So the slimline fills a need versus some of the other pens that are much fatter. So don't overlook slimline. There's a lot of good to them. There's a lot of good slimlines out there. Look around, give them a try, give them a second look. I know I'm gonna get some haters on this, which is fine, hate away, I don't really care. But slimlines are always on my table at the craft fair. And actually the reason I'm dirty today is I was actually making slimlines for an upcoming show that I have in December. So do what you want, but that's just some information on why I always have slimlines on the table.